firstly, can you just start off by introducing yourself and telling us what it is that you do?
Sure. My name is Rea Rangaka. Most people just call me Rea, and I am a filmmaker, but mainly my sort of areas of expertise is acting and directing.
Okay, so you just recently we viewed your film. Tell us about it more on a story level. What is the story all about?
Yeah, so ODE in Blood is basically a story about two men from different worlds, literally worlds apart, one from Africa, one from Japan, and living in a foreign land, Los Angeles or America at that particular point. But basically the story just sort of is about the bonding between these two men from different cultures. It's a film more that sort of focuses on cultural understanding more than anything else. You know what I mean? Trying to get into the other person's shoes. That's how I would actually view the film. There's a lot of other things happening in the film, but it's pretty much a film about two men who develop a bond over time and sort of develop a deep understanding and respect for each other, and at the end of the day, possibly for themselves, because they learn a little bit more about themselves through their interactions with the other.
And how difficult was it to gel those two cultures together into this film? Did you experience anything?
Yeah, no, it was difficult because, well, firstly, I would say that there were three levels to it. So there's the African sort of side of it. There's the Japanese side of it. That's where I sort of started off, and what happened then is that I did a lot of research when I went into the writing process and sort of investigating concepts around manhood and honor and family, and basically how within those two cultures what each one means, and trying to see if there were similarities and obviously the more similarities I could find, well, maybe not the more, but the stronger similarities I could find, obviously then it made it easier and easier to sort of find a journey for the story and the characters. But then another sort of component to that is, when I made the film, it was originally, I guess, because I was still in the States, you could say it was made for the United States audience in terms of like where it was going to be shown the first couple of times. So the difficulty there was that now you've got a third sort of culture, not in the story, but sort of outside in terms of the audience.
Hello? 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 I'm here about the job.
No shoes.
I'm Ike.
中国人じゃないだけますか
What?
Come. Hey. Hey. どうぞ。
How was that, bringing it into the South African context? Was it risky for you to try and portray it in that way?
Right, so It's quite interesting because I was asked this question when I showed the film at the studios. The thing, once again, I have to go back to the fact that I didn't make this for a South African audience necessarily, and as well, I wouldn't say I made it for an American audience, but because of where I was, and obviously other people were helping me with the script and so on and so forth, them being American and so on and so forth, and their ideas about suicide, in terms of like, it's wrong. There's no need to go into suicide because go to a shrink, go and get yourself sorted out. There's no need for it. If you miss your family and you can't connect with your family, there's no need to kill yourself. Just keep on trying, keep on trying, keep on trying. That's one system of thought. Now, if you go into the Japanese system of thought, especially looking at concepts of the samurai and Bushido, which is very specific in terms of honor and shame. What I needed to find was something to happen in Enzo's life, right? That once he does commit suicide, the act or the whatever bad thing he did needed to be that severe, right? Not only for him, but also for the audience to feel that, yeah, you know, within his paradigm of way of thinking, I understand. So, like I said, like I didn't sort of happen upon the rape thing lightly. But I had to sort of think to myself, what was so egregious that would cause his wife to take her own life and would cause him to take his own life? In Japanese culture, back in the day, talking about samurai times, for example, if a woman was raped and she was the wife of a samurai, by sort of decree of Japanese and Bushido and the way the system of thinking then, she would have to kill herself because she has been shamed.
She couldn't handle the shame. Who could?
And so you decide to kill yourself? Running away is the answer?
Isn't it about easing my pain? It's worth sharing this.
Has the audience reacted differently from bringing it here back home in South Africa versus in the States?
I would say no, not entirely. You know, I think the story, you know, one of the other key elements within the story is the concept of family and loneliness and bonding, and I think those are human qualities. So it's universal sort of topics. You know, I try not to sort of lock myself into something that's, you know, so specifically from such a place to the point where other people exclude it. Some people will be excluded, but you can't please everybody when you're making a film. But for the most part, I think, you know, within the story, if you stick to like emotion as you know, as opposed to intellectual sort of like thinking, thoughts and systems and stuff like that, you will be able to reach a wider audience. You know, it's like, you know, there's some films, for example, put in an Italian film by someone like, I don't know, Federico Fellini. Watch it and you don't understand Italian, but you can understand emotions.